Life's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That line from Rocky Balboa, it's not about boxing, it's about real life, about pushing forward with pain, failure, doubt, and exhaustion on your back. And here's the wild part, neuroscience proves your mind can be trained for this. Your brain is plastic, it adapts, it learns, but it also unlearns. If you're not actively building mental resilience, you're passively training your brain to break. Most people are reinforcing weakness every single day, but that ends now. In this video, you'll learn how to harden your mind, use science as your weapon, and replace hype-fueled motivation with unshakable mental strength. If you're done reacting like an amateur and ready to move like someone unbreakable, stick around. Your next level doesn't need luck, it just needs a decision. Let's go. You're not broken. You're just poorly trained. What separates mentally strong people from those constantly collapsing isn't genetics, it's daily mental conditioning. And here's the first truth most people don't want to face. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Difficulty isn't a glitch in the system, it is the system. Real mental strength begins when you stop running from discomfort and start using it as fuel for growth. Your brain has something called the dopaminergic reward system. It was shaped over millennia to chase the shortest, easiest, least painful path that kept you alive in the wild. But today, that same system is keeping you weak in real life. Every time you avoid effort, hit snooze. Dodge a hard conversation. Skip your workout, you reinforce neural circuits of escape. And the worst part? It becomes automatic. It turns into habit. You start reacting like a weak version of yourself without even realizing it. But here's the key, neuroplasticity works both ways. You can train your mind to avoid pain, or to face it head-on. The weak see challenges as punishment, the strong see them as preparation. But hold up, this is all training. Even Rocky Balboa wasn't born strong and unbreakable. Mentally tough people don't think life is against me. They see every challenge as a growth stimulus, an invisible gym that strengthens their nervous system. Next time you face discomfort, a cold shower, a hard decision, a brutal workout, count to 5 and move. No thinking. Why? Because you're interrupting your brain's default escape response before it takes over. Neuroscience calls this breaking the automatic loop, and every time you act despite discomfort, you rewire your prefrontal cortex to stay in control under pressure. Pain isn't the problem, your interpretation of pain is. Your brain adapts to what you practice. If you practice avoidance, you reinforce weakness. So treat discomfort like training, not punishment. You weren't born strong, you build strength, one hard choice at a time. You won't become mentally strong in one epic moment. You become mentally strong through the micro choices you make when no one's watching. Want to know if someone's mentally tough? Look at their routine, not their words. Mental strength is built through the repetition of habits that push your brain to grow, not through fleeting motivation. The brain loves patterns. It hates burning energy. That's why 80% of what you do today is on autopilot, habit. And here's the problem. If your habits are weak, your mind will be weak. But here's the game changer. Every time you choose to do something hard, you activate a part of your brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. It's linked to resilience, decision-making under stress, and emotional self-control. In other words, you're literally strengthening your ability to act even when it's uncomfortable. Speaking of discomfort, start there. It's not about the cold shower, it's about starting your day by looking discomfort in the eye and saying, I'm in control here. You activate your nervous system, boost adrenaline, sharpen your focus, but more importantly, you win the first battle of the day, and that changes everything. Move your body, strengthen your mind, even if it's just for 10 minutes. When you move, your dopamine moves with you, your mood shifts, your clarity sharpens, your confidence grows. Physical training is actually psychological training in disguise. Find silence. Sitting still for 5 minutes can be harder than running 5K, but that's where you train the most important muscle of all, focus. Meditation strengthens the part of your brain responsible for decision-making under pressure. You don't need to become a monk, you just need to be present. 1 minute counts, choose discomfort on purpose, skip the snooze, say no to sugar. Make the call. The challenge doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be intentional. When you choose to do what's hard, you train yourself to handle what's inevitable. And when the emotional bomb goes off, respond with presence. Someone insults you, criticism comes, your brain will want to attack, shout, or run away, but breathe. Being strong isn't about reacting. Deep breath. 3 seconds. Eyes open. Mouth shut. Because true mental strength isn't about reacting quickly. It's about responding with rational arguments without being controlled by emotions. It's about reacting the right way. Those who react on impulse are being controlled. Those who pause, think, and choose their response take the wheel. Emotions aren't the problem. They're waves that always come. And they always pass. You just need to learn how to surf them. These habits are simple, but they're not easy, and that's exactly what makes them powerful. With every difficult choice, you send a message to your brain, we're getting stronger. You made it this far, and that alone puts you in the minority. Most people don't seek mental strength. Most want shortcuts, easy promises, magic formulas, but the minority chooses the hard path, the real path. You already have everything you need. You just need to activate it. Neuroscience calls this latent potential. Your brain carries dormant circuits of resilience, focus, and courage. But these circuits only light up when you act despite the fear, despite laziness, despite exhaustion. You don't have to wait for confidence to show up. You act first. Confidence comes later. That's how the brain learns, through the repetition of action, not intention. Every time you follow through on what you said you'd do, you release dopamine into your reward system. And it's not just any dopamine, it's the kind that strengthens your self-image. You start seeing yourself as someone reliable. Strong, capable, that's the secret. You don't transform by believing. You transform by proving it to yourself, with discipline, with daily micro victories, with conscious choices when the world is screaming at you to quit. Remember Rocky, life's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. But now you understand what he meant. The pain you feel isn't the end, it's the beginning of your new version. Live like someone who's training to become unbreakable, nothing epic, nothing grand, just daily consistency. Get up at the time you promised, face discomfort without drama, keep your word to yourself, celebrate discipline, not the result, because in the end, what will transform you isn't the image you project on Instagram, it's the strength you build when no one is watching, and you don't need an audience. You just need to prove to yourself that you are capable of controlling your life and, in doing so, elevate your mind forever. Gratitude.